Okay, you make a very small hole. You cut through the skin, but you make sure you raise, like the way she's using the forceps, you raise it high so that you don't cut through the inner skin. You cut only the upper skin up to the mouth, the thighs and everything. And that's this instrument, I don't know.
The scalpel.
Yeah, the scalpel. And you push off your skin. So when we reach our inner skin, after we've put the outer abdominal skin on the board, we have the inner. We have to dissect this inner layer so that we can expose the inside things, structures, organs. But when we reach here, there's this vein, this vessel, the anterior abdominal vein, this one. So you have to be very, very careful, because when you cut it, you will not be able to see anything. All the blood vessels inside, the blood will drain out and you won't be able to see anything. So to protect this from cutting and removing all the blood and you're not seeing the blood vessels, you have to do something called ligaturing. And if you have to do that, it's tying the blood vessels so that you prevent the blood from coming out. And yeah, so if we are to do that, we cut the inner skin close to the anterior, closer to the, you cut close to the anterior abdominal vein, 2 cuts through. Then, using my forceps, I'll pass this thread through this. And when it reaches out from one end to the other, you cut it so that it makes the 2 threads. Then you tie both ends. You tie up like about 2 times. Then after tying, you cut the ends of the thread so that you don't be long and disturb you. The other dissection, you cut the ends of the thread short. Then you cut in the middle, like this. So this will prevent this blood vessel from bleeding. Then you can continue your dissection through the abdominal skin, and then also pin it on the board like the outer skin. But you have to stop at that. stop at the tagam here up. So when we are done with dissecting and removing the abdominal covering or lining or something, that skin on top, you have to display. Okay, this is how you see it when it's like in its normal state without displacing anything. This is how they are: the lungs, the heart, the liver, the intestines, yeah, and everything, the stomach. This is how they are before you displace it. So when you really want to see the things inside the frog, you have to displace. And if you're to displace from your dissection kits, you get some the blunt. Okay, this blunt instrument, so that you don't have to pierce through and make it bleed and all that. So when I displace, this thing is too small. So when we reach here and we want to displace and see the insides, but we already see these puffed up things are the lungs and then the livers and everything, the liver lobes. So when you displace, okay, you first pin your liver lobes and see, yeah, to the anterior side so that they don't have to distract you and all that, like up this way. Then, yeah, so when you displace, there is this fat body, finger-like projections. It's ever there, or mostly it's, yeah, real seen in the females. Then when you displace your alimentary canal to the left of the specimen, that's to your right, you observe the stomach. This is the stomach, this is the stomach, connected to the intestine, but here there's some. This you're seeing. Here you're seeing is the pyrolic sphincter, something like that, which joins the stomach to the intestines, but in the middle of the, immediately after the stomach, as you're going to join the intestine, there is this membranous structure, which is the pancreas, like, yeah, the duodenal loop is on. So the duodenum is this carving that covers this carving. That covers that, the carving after the membranous structure is our duodenum. Then we move down and have the ileum joining the cecum down here. Then, when we are to continue, and we have to see the blood vessels joining, okay, supplying like the digestive system down here. Okay, when we reach here, we want to see the blood vessels. When we displace the alimentary canal to our right, okay, to the right of me and the left of the specimen, you will see the blood vessels draining, as in taking blood away from the alimentary canal back to the heart, draining the system. And from here, I'll see this blood vessel, this one, is a hepatic portal vein. This one, hepatic portal vein supplying the liver from the alimentary canal. So when I displace it like this to see the other blood vessels, this hepatic portal vein hepatic portal vein is seen to be branching into three. And as in Gayaza, we called it GIS, like Gayaza High School, something like that. So one goes to the stomach, and that gives us the gastric vein. Another comes to the almost intestines down here, and this gives ileum, okay, the ileum. And this gives us the intestinal vein. And when we move down, when we are to observe our specimen, we are going to see that it has a spleen. This is a spleen. So when you see the spleen down, this blood vessel draining blood from the spleen is called the splenic vein. So when you're done with, so this frog we dissected here was a female, because we see the ovaries are really full with the eggs. Yeah. So after that, we'll have to go to the region above the, okay, before we finish, this is how the muscles are arranged down in the limbs. But so when you're dissecting and you're supposed to draw, you draw them as blocks, as in. So now we have to displace the heart, and we see the other blood vessels in the thoracic region, okay, above the anti-abdomen. Okay, yeah. Before we go to see the arteries, we have to displace, when we displace our alimentary canal to your left, that's to the right of the specimen, you will have to see other blood vessels, but this time these blood vessels are supplying the region, as in supplying the alimentary canal with blood. They are not taking it to the heart, they are bringing from the heart to the alimentary canal.